The Armstrong and Getty Show.
In 2010, nearly 1,000 U.S. Marine officers and enlisted men of the 3rd Battalion, 5th Regiment deployed to Helmand Province in southern Afghanistan. By the time their tour ended in April 2011, the Marines of the 3/5, known as the Dark Horse, suffered the highest casualty rate of any Marine unit during the past 10 years of war. Our next guest was one of those Marines.
Josue Baron was one of those dark horses. He lost his left leg and left eye due to a roadside bomb in Afghanistan, and his road back has been rocky but inspiring. And let's talk to him about that. Josue, we got you on the air now?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm here.
Good. Excellent. Hey, it's good to talk to you again. So, listen, we know you. You're a positive guy. You're a go-getter. But after being injured and being treated at Bethesda, you had a long road to where you are now. Can you talk about what it was like to get back stateside, having been injured like that, and you know, at some point, how Freedom Station came into that story?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people that see me now, they have no idea every step that took me to get here, and everybody who helped me to get to where I'm at today. When I got injured in October 21st of 2010, I was going through some hard times, just adapting to my new lifestyle. I had lost my left leg and my left eye, so just learning how to, you know, walk again, trying to get my vision back wasn't easy, but being around nonprofits like the Warrior Foundation, who stepped in at times when, you know, people like me, service members like me, need them the most, they really made a big difference in my life. So when I got to the Naval Hospital in San Diego, I wanted to play a sport, so they introduced me to wheelchair basketball. And once I got playing wheelchair basketball, in 2010, we had a lot of amputees during that time from Afghanistan. So at that hospital, there was a lot of guys that were interested in playing basketball, and we started a wheelchair basketball team. The next step was getting funding to travel and play against the team. So once again, I reached out to the Warrior Foundation, and they've been helping us ever since. And you know,
hey, can you help folks understand why that sort of thing is important? I mean, it's more than a hobby for you guys. What does it mean to you to be back on a team?
I mean, it's important because, first of all, when you lose a leg, you lose a lot of your confidence. So, you know, we got guys that are missing 2 limbs, 3 limbs. So a lot of their confidence goes away that when they come back home like that. But as soon as they start building that camaraderie, they start hanging out with other amputees, they start relating to other guys, and we all have a common goal, which is, you know, play wheelchair basketball, play a sport together. That definitely brings like everything that you lost in the military. It's not the same, you know, but that feeling and that your brothers to the left and right, you get that back right away.
Without the help of Freedom Station, and I know this is speculation, but without the help of Freedom Station, what do you think your road to recovery would have been like?
I mean, you know what? Without the help of organizations or nonprofits like Warrior Foundation that step in and cover, you know, what the VA can't do, I think our lives would not be the same. Everything that has made a difference in our life has to do because of nonprofits like that. So without their support, without them raising money to help people like us, I think that we will be in a whole different, our generation wouldn't be the same.
Hey, Josue, what does it mean to you when other guys come in, maybe recently injured, really struggling in life? Tell us about, you know, you being able to reach out to them and help them. What's that feel like?
I mean, you know, it's just being at on that side of being a brand new amputee or being a brand new guy getting out of the military. I feel like I have experience. You know, I've been out for 6 years now, so when I see a new guy come in, or I see a new guy that's having a hard time getting out, I just, you know, I want to show him what I've been through, what I've done with my life, and when they get a glimpse of that, they change their mind. They're like, oh, it's not going to be so bad after all.
Well, that's fantastic, and that's what we're trying to do for more and more people. And I love the fact that Warrior Foundation Freedom Station exists, because civilians like ourselves, guys who've never gone through combat, and gals, we can care as much as we want. We can give generously. We can be there to support, but we'll never understand. And so I think it's really important for you guys to have each other.
Oh, yeah. And times are changing, too, and the signature wound these last couple of years has been PTSD. So there's not a lot of guys, like in 2010, 11, there was more amputees because of the war, but things are changing, and a lot of the signature wounds now are PTSD. So that's big in our community, because they can give you a prosthetic, they can give you your legs back, but when it comes to PTSD, it's a whole different struggle that guys go through. And if I can help guys with that and let them know that it's going to be okay, then I'm all about that.
Josue Baron, U.S. Marine Corps veteran of the Dark Horse Unit in Helmand Province, southern Afghanistan, went from struggling to live now he's got a beautiful wife and 3 sons. Recently started your own company, American Dinosaur.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you know what? When I started that too, I was a little, being an amputee and missing my left eye, I didn't want to go in front of people. So me just challenging myself to create a business that relates to being around hundreds or multiple people was a struggle. But I knew that I had to go out there in the world and kind of expose myself in order for me to get over something I was struggling with, from the time I got injured.
Right. Josue, it's great to talk to you, man. We appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
And he was helped by Warrior Foundation Freedom Station, and we want you to give to try to keep that organization going and growing, which it currently is growing. Go to ArmstrongandGetty.com to donate. We're trying to raise $500,000 this week.
Oh, yeah. And one of the main things we're doing this time of year is there are so many guys. There are hundreds of guys. You don't know how many in the naval hospitals, the medical facilities, healing, rehabbing, getting surgery after surgery. And, man, they're lonely for their families because the military sends you where they send you. And one of the things we do is we buy airplane tickets home for guys who are like Josue was years ago when he was really healing and struggling. We want to send them home to be with mom and dad for the holidays, which is enormously powerful in the healing. We've talked to the nurses and the doctors and the volunteers who say these guys come back from a week at home and all of a sudden they can't wait to get on their physical therapy. They say, let's do that procedure. Their zest for life is returned. And so if you can afford, $50 to chip into a plane ticket, if you can afford $500, which would get a guy a round trip, if you can afford $10,000 to get a bunch of guys home again, do it right now at ArmstrongandGetty.com.
It's not only nice, we owe it to them. We owe it to them as a society.
I agree completely.
All our patriotic stuff that we do, and I don't mean that in a snotty way. I mean patriotic stuff about joining the military and serving your country. That's all real, but you can't have people go off, fight a war, get blown up, damaged physically and mentally, and then just bring them back and say, okay, good luck with your life. I mean, that's not okay.
You're out of the military. Go find a place to live now. Go find a job. Oh, you got a couple of missing limbs and a missing eye and PTSD. Too bad. No, we owe it to these guys. And it's a great way for those of us who love this country to serve our country. And again, if you can afford $10, $20, God bless you. Thank you. If you can afford a hell of a lot more than that, now is the time. ArmstrongandGetty.com. There's a big banner. You can't miss it.
Armstrong and Getty.